Like, God is kind of father that sends you on an errand and still sends people ahead of you to ensure that you do, you achieve, you are fulfilled, you sort of get things done. He puts resources in your hand that you didn't even know about. Today, I saw firsthand how God works. You think that me having worked with God, haven't had a relationship with God since I was like maybe 12, and I'm almost 40. You think that, oh, I've seen it all. Today was another level of just trusting God, and not even know you're even trusting God, just going in faith and God meeting you at the point. Today I got to many points where I had to trust and believe God multiple times today, multiple times, and He came through. Like, there was no one time that He didn't open my mind to, this is how you should do it, walk like this is where you should go like this. Isn't that His promise, that you hear a voice behind you telling you this is the way to go in there? And I heard the voice banning. Today I heard His voice. Like, what an amazing day. It started off with me talking to my sisters, sort of getting into the plans for today. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you achieving? Helping someone, the ones that need to do school runs, all of that good stuff, yeah. And sort of segued into me, going to visit the new site where we're setting up, and then segued into me going to visit this person to get some things done. Just a lot of trying to fix stuff, being on the phone, receiving calls, just everything was field work today. And lo and behold, I had to fix things on the way, and God came through. Like, I can't go into all the details about what He did and what He didn't do, but the one thing I know is God is faithful. At the point where I needed, there were 3 particular transactions that I had to do today, and not one did I think I had enough money for. 3 transactions that were sizable, like significant transactions. And I hello, hello, and I didn't think I had the capacity, but every single transaction went through. God made a way. Thank God. I enjoyed spending time on the road. I came back in a lot of body pain. Like, so I went to the gym yesterday and felt like, oh my God, I was getting things done, but seeing me moving things, lifting things. Not the pain didn't start yesterday. In fact, it didn't even start this morning. It was when I got back this evening after my long day on the field that I realized that I did go to the gym yesterday. Oh, my feet hurt, my legs hurt, my thighs hurt, everything from ground up hurt. Right, but I'll still go back tomorrow. I hope to go back tomorrow. Either way, what did I learn today? I learned that even when you don't know that you're trusting God, sometimes your actions would show that you have faith. I had a realization of that today, where I just said, you know what, I wasn't going to say with my mouth that I didn't have what I needed at that time. I just walked by faith and sorted. He picked up the bill. He did what He needed to do to His glory. Right now I'm running a bit behind schedule on a project that I'm trying to deliver May 1st. And in my mind I thought, I've done this thing multiple times in the last 4 years, And you know what? Yes ma'am. And you know what? I feel like, oh my God, I can do this in my sleep, get this done, pull out a worksheet and know that I can follow these steps and I get the same result, right? But this one just seems different. It just seems like there are multiple dependencies and more distance involved. And so it just doesn't feel like the normal, projects that I've worked on. And these projects are real estate projects, setting up apartments type projects for hospitality. And it's not like I'm a self-acclaimed interior decorator slash everything, getting the house from like carcass to ready for inhabitation. So I'm project manager, I'm site supervisor, I'm post construction somebody, everything that has to go into it, I get it done. Like I said, something about this project is not moving along the way it should. And you know, I would typically hop and puff, and I've done a bit of that actually, hop and puff and just try and push things. But isn't it wisdom to also think and see if things are not going the way they should be going, and the spiritual controls the physical? Then shouldn't I be praying about, oh, what's really going on, and shouldn't I be asking and inquiring, oh, what's going on, and how is there something, and if there's anything, Father, release it, let it move forward? Because we don't know how spiritual business is, we don't know how spiritual entrepreneurship is until you actually are in it, and your every waking moment is dependency on God. That, oh, will his children come to work today? Depend on him. Oh, will there be an incident? Just depend on God and have faith that there will be no incidents. Oh, good, depending on God. So I think my highlights have been spoken. What I'm grateful is that when I call God my source, he really shows up as my source. Recently, he reminded me of that when I thank you, when I started calling him my source, because I needed him to be my source at that time in my life. When you have a job, you can say, oh, when pay salary, I'll cut my coat, cut my size, I'll just do as such. This one, I didn't have any. I was in between jobs. I was in a very low place in my life. In fact, almost the lowest I've ever been at this time. And I remembered God, and I remembered that I called him my source. And from then on, he took it over. Like, that was pre-business school. So you can imagine that from that point, I stood up, did my GMAT, went to business school, came out, started multiple businesses after, and they are successful. So God is really, truly my source, and that's what I'm grateful for today. My confession today is that I'm strong. I'm strong. I can do hard things. I keep saying that, and sometimes my mind is shaking. But you see what? Hands wavering, heart shaking, everything, vibrating, but you're still marching forward to the goal. That's the way it is, right? Because who said you will not be scared? Who said the people that are going to war are not scared? But you'll be scared and still get it done. That's it, right? So I'm strong. I can do hard things. I believe very, very, very. If I hadn't believed before, I believe it so dearly now that God indeed is my source. I have faith in the work that he can do through me. I believe that my hands are made for war, and so a bow of steel is broken by my hands. I believe that the things that he has put in my hands will not suffer. I also thank God because he has said, Onye, look, I see it. He's making a way in the wilderness. Today he showed me. He made a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. He is doing that on a daily basis in my life. God has taught me in the way of wisdom. He has led me in the path of righteousness. When I go out, my steps do not end in dark, narrow passages. There's always a way. There's always light leading to the end of the tunnel. Nor do I waste time making wrong turns. I will not waste time. Every step I take is productive. Every move I make, it yields. Layer upon layer. Everything